Alright, our machine is on the table. We're ready to install our Z-Power BIM kit. First things first, I'm taking the liberty of disconnecting the battery from the machine. Positive battery cable has been removed. Going to the back of the machine, I've taken off the seat pad or the cushion pad. That'll just make it easier to show how we install or run our electrical wiring harnesses. And then we have the parking brake in the on position, so we should be good, we should be safe. Also, to note, on the back of the machine, looking forward, we always remember that the blue stickers that we've provided on the parts are on the left-hand side as the operator looks down at the machine, and the red stickers are on the right-hand side. Alright, for this instruction, I'm going to go through the right-hand side for installation. What we do on the right-hand side will be the same for the left, so just repeat it on the other side. When you first start out, you're going to have the tension spring from LT Rich. I've already disconnected the tension on this, but need to remove this spring. We also need to remove the carriage bolt down below. This carriage bolt's the hard stop for when you had manually opening arms. Now, going to the top, I've already installed my bubble guide. I've used the 9/16 bolt, which we provide, which is a little bit longer than the one that comes with the LT Rich machine. You'll need the longer bolt, and I've installed it again on the bubble guide. This is probably the reason why we created this video, just to help make sure that these three holes, which are critical, and their location, are done hopefully more easily. So the bubble guide we put on the machine with the arm outstretched in its extended position, side arm in the center section. We have the boom arm. We run the boom side section parallel with the bubble guide section. And this is how we're going to mark our holes. We'll use two holes using the bubble guide. One here, and on the third hole in from the end, we're going to drill those two locations. We'll drill a third hole on the side section as well, but that'll be in the next step. So I'm going to put the camera up in a fixed position. I'll get my hands free and we'll go through this process. There. Okay, good. Again, try to make sure that this bubble guide arm and this intersection arm section are in parallel position. We're going to go ahead and use our scribe and our center punch. We're going to mark those two holes. Everything is parallel, you can feel on the edge. Or if you need to use some sort of a tool or device to measure, you can. But again, one hole here, we'll mark it with a center punch. The second hole here, we'll mark that with a center punch. Now that we have these holes marked, this machine has already been pre-drilled, but to show you, we would drop a little bit of oil on the spots that we just marked with our center punch and drill out those holes. We would use slow RPMs with our 1/4 inch high-speed steel drill bit. Light pressure. And once we got done drilling the first hole and the second hole, we would use a file to deburr any edges on the top or the bottom of these holes. And then after we got done with that, we could go ahead and look for our third hole. At this point in time, what I'm going to do is take off the bubble guide, and I'm going to put, well, I'll show you. So the bubble guide comes off. I'm going to put the 9/16 bolt back in. It's going to keep the center section, the side section, boom arm in line and guided. I'm going to use some sort of an edge or straight edge. I'm going to make a line. This line is going to help make sure that I have these three holes linear. They have to be 1, 2, 3 in line with each other. So going through the center of the first hole, going through the center of the second hole, over top of the 9/16 inch bolt, I've kind of created this line on my paper, and I'm going to follow it with a pencil and just pencil in the edge. I created a line there with my pencil. Now, hang on with me. We're almost there for the third hole. I'm going to take this carriage bolt, or the 9/16 bolt back out. I'm going to install it through the center hole of the cam plate and then reinstall it back onto the machine. We're almost done, I promise. Now, as I spin this cam plate around, I have a oblong section in the center that has been cut out. That's a relief area for a bolt. We have to make sure that there's a small hole at the end. We're going to use that hole and we're going to notch it with our center punch, and we can actually turn this, rotate it through if you want to, and then where this line that we just created with our center punch and the pencil line that we made before will tell us the exact location to drill that next third hole. Again, you can slide this cam out of the way, dab of penetrating oil there, and run your high-speed steel drill bit. Low to mid RPMs with light pressure. When you get done, take the burr off the top and on the bottom if there is any. And these 3 holes should be good. I'm going to stop the video now and we'll go to the next section, installing the other plates and the motor. Okay, so as far as the installation, we're working on the motor mount bracket itself. We've got a 1/4 inch bolt through the hole that we drilled on the outside edge, and then I've also put in the Phillips countersunk screw bolt on the second hole that we drilled. While I was at it and things are still loose, I put the 1/4 inch bolt from the bottom going up in place right now, 2 of them. This is going to be where we mount the motor eventually, and I put the bushing in place just to kind of hold them in place for now. I'm not going to tighten anything up, but I'm going to continue to install. I'm going to install on the cam side, the gear cam side, and that'll go next. We have our bolt, we have a washer on top, we have the actual larger size bushing. We're going to use that bushing and install it through the center of the spring. One leg of the spring goes through the hole in the cam plate, lays down. The leg is closest to this guide hole here. Now we're ready to install. I'll put this bolt, the 9/16 bolt, the bushing and the washer on top of the spring, and then I can install it and hook the center section of the boom and the side section back together. This is kind of a tricky process. We have to make sure everything slides together. Again, I'm putting the bolt through the bubble guide. Next is the side section of the boom arm. And then we also have to make sure we put a washer. This is very important, a flat washer, like it came from LT Rich, in between the boom arm sections. That keeps it from binding, and it also helps prevent damage to our bubble guide underneath when we tighten things down. I'll go ahead and tighten this up, and then I'll start the video again.